On July 16, 2025, officers were dispatched to a restaurant after receiving a report that a waitress had allegedly stolen a customer's credit card information and used it to make unauthorized purchases totaling a large amount of money. When officers questioned her, she denied the allegations and claimed she did not know how the purchases had been made using the customer's card information. However, her story began to fall apart when officers confronted her with evidence.
You made a report over the phone?
Yes.
Okay. And let me just pull up that case number. But regardless of what case number, this is regarding credit card fraud. So
yes.
Can you just raise your right hand for me, Mr. Fana? Do you swear affirm that everything you're about to say in this statement is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and put your arm down. All right, so what I want to talk to you about is the case that you reported on July 12th. So I'm going to kind of recite back what we talked about, and you just tell me if I'm on the, if I get anything wrong.
Yeah.
So you and your family member went out to eat June 15th. You guys have the same credit card.
I think it was June 21st.
June 21st.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
June 21st of this year, 2025. And you guys have the same credit card, right?
Yes,
a JetBlue Barclay credit card.
Yeah,
just, one is one is in your name, one's in his name. You guys split the check somewhere and accidentally swap cards.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. You didn't notice until on July 11th, which was the day before you recorded it, that there were some transactions you didn't conduct, right?
Yeah, so we started going down the list of, what was what, just to make sure, so we can either pay each other back and I started going down the list, and he was just like, I only went to 2 places that I remember with the card. And he was like, one of them was Walmart, and then one was his restaurant right after. He's like, I haven't used the card since then. So then I went down
the restaurant that was on there was a Chivo Lineara?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That you guys found was in Green Acres on 10th Avenue.
Yeah.
Right? And then you guys went through and also noticed that there was a JetBlue transaction?
I've never been there, so...
Okay, you've never been there, so you knew that he conducted that. He said he did that.
Yeah, he's like, I go there, so he's like, that's mine, I'll pay you back for that one.
Okay. Yeah. And that one was on June 29th?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he went to that restaurant that day, but you also noticed more transactions, and he said he didn't do for JetBlue. Yep. And that was for an airplane ticket.
Yes.
And then for like a movie ticket or something for $19.
Yeah, I basically went down the whole list of everything from that day, from the day we swapped cars. I went all the way up and seen all the transactions. Okay. And we kind of just talked about which ones he did and which ones were not him. So
you and your wife were able to, using the e-ticket number, which was on your bank statement, you were able to look up that flight that was booked,
I put
right?
it in, and it just showed up the person's ticket, which gave me all the information on there.
Okay, and then that person's ticket, because I'm looking at what you sent me now, it showed that your card was used as the last 4. Yep. It was on July...
I think it's like the 1st.
July 1st, but that's the day it posted on your account. So, let me just see. So you sent me...
Yeah, so they purchased the ticket, and then pretty much I just called in. Actually, the credit card company gave me the name.
Oh, the credit card company gave you the name?
I said, I'm trying to figure out these charges. I was like, I didn't purchase any ticket. I was like, can you see like what the ticket is for and if there's a name on it? And they're the ones that actually gave me the name. That's how I was able to.
And then you guys were able to find it online.
Yeah. So with the name, we just put it into Instagram and Facebook, and then that name came up. And honestly, if it wasn't because the name on there had the name of the restaurant on it, but I wouldn't have put it together because I was like.
So, but the JetBlue ticket you guys found from the ticket that was on your
it was on from
bank statement.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was an e-ticket number.
Yes.
And that pulled up with a traveler, Mrs. on her booking, right? And then you said then later on you contacted the credit card company.
Yes.
Okay.
So
you disputed that, right?
Yeah, that's it. I already got a new card.
Okay, you already got a new card and you're waiting for the statement.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the billing cycle to end so I can see like all the details and everything on there. Which goes on the 19th. So
then you took this name and you guys looked it up on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And on this name's Instagram profile, it said that the name of that restaurant that your family member went to, right? That Mr. Socio went to, the Chivo Loriana. I don't know how to say it.
I don't know either.
Okay. All right. So you found that, and you were like, "Wow, these are connected," and that's when you contacted law enforcement, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I just want to confirm that you do not know this person, Miss
I don't.
Lorena
No.
Amalia Perez Martinez.
Yeah, and
They did not book this ticket.
And then I did ask too when I was calling the credit card. The only reason those two stuck out the most was because they were both entered manually.
They were entered manually. Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah,
your credit card
that's what
company
they
said?
Yeah, they said.
Okay, like they weren't swiped or tapped.
Yeah.
Someone entered the cards
So
manually.
she was like, these two were entered manually out of all the other transactions. I
Okay.
had one more transaction on there, and that was something that comes out automatically. So I told them that one, that's me, because I have that card set up for automatic. But these other ones, I don't know what it was.
Okay.
And those were only two that she was like, yeah, these two are entered manually. So
Okay.
the reason they're red like a red flag, I was like, I've never used that card.
Did you give that name to Mr. Socia? The Instagram? Did you show it to him? Did you say like, hey, do you recognize this girl?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said he doesn't know. He said it was his first time there. It's his wife's like third time there. So she's the one that actually recommended the spot. So,
Oh, okay. So he wasn't
she's been there
sure.
before, yeah. And it was his first time over there. So he's like, I don't
Okay.
know nobody. He's like, I don't
Okay.
know anybody over here. So
All right. And I
Yes.
do just want to confirm that you do want to prosecute, right?
yes.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you want to add to the statement?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. As of right now, I just know those two charges, but I don't know if anything else is posting or pending. But it shouldn't because I canceled the card.
Yeah. You
Okay.
notice it and then
Yeah,
disputed, cancel the card,
Yeah.
got a new card. Okay. All right. That will conclude this statement. Just raise your right hand one more time. Do you swear or affirm that everything you said in this statement is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, and that'll conclude the statement at 14:43 hours. I'm Detective O'Connor, ID 37164. This is Deputy Cruz, ID 9090. And you speak a little bit of English?
Yes, a little bit understand, but the speaking the
Fluent Spanish?
yes.
Okay. All right, so I am going to have my partner here read you Miranda in Spanish so that you understand, okay?
Okay.
I don't have a Spanish one. Oh, you're good. Okay. What is your first and last name?
¿Cuál es su primer nombre y apellido?
Lorena.
Okay, so the receipt that I had you looking up
El recibo que ella le hizo que usted mirara
from June 29th
de junio 29
with that customer for,
con ese cliente por la cantidad.
De 77.
okay, did you conduct that transaction?
¿Usted hizo esa transacción?
Sí, so you're working here.
Yeah, but you were his server?
¿Usted fue la mesera de él?
Claro, pero no recuerdo lo que pasa.
But she doesn't remember. is what
Okay,
happens.
so this was the customer. Was this the customer?
¿Ese era el cliente?
So just so I know how things work, when you're a waitress, right?
Waitress,
Usted es
Okay.
mesera, ¿verdad?
So when you have a customer and they pay you, do you swipe the card?
Usted es la mesera. Cuando le pagan a usted, ¿usted pasa la tarjeta?
Sí.
Oh,
No,
yes.
no, nosotros no, ellos.
They do.
They
Ellos.
swipe the card.
No.
She says the waitress will hold the terminal
Pay
and the
per
customer will
phone.
swipe the card.
Okay, I have to pay. Pay the customer is the punch
The card.
the card. Yeah.
Okay, so the customer. So you don't ever walk away with the credit card.
Usted
No.
nunca se va con la tarjeta en la mano.
No, ellos ponen la tarjeta.
Okay.
Okay.
No, they put the card in there.
Okay. So then how did you use that credit card to book a flight to Santo Domingo?
Entonces, ¿cómo fue que usted utilizó esa tarjeta para comprar un ticket, un vuelo a Santo Domingo?
No, yo no utilizo.
For July
No.
20th.
No, I haven't do that. Para julio 20.
No he utilizado esa tarjeta porque ni reconozco la persona, ni
No, I
siquiera.
haven't used that card because I don't even recognize the person.
It's not about you recognizing the person. There is a flight booked to Santo Domingo.
No remember.
You don't remember.
No se acuerda.
Okay.
No es que yo ni me acuerdo del señor.
No
ni
se
siquiera.
acuerda porque hay el ticket para el vuelo.
Yo
So
es-
my question was, so you don't remember anything about this flight? She said, no. And I said, so who bought the ticket? I don't know.
But your mom is in Santo Domingo right now, right?
Yes,
Pero
my
su
mother
mamá está en
vaca-
Santo
sí,
Domingo
ella
ahora.
está de vacaciones.
Okay,
Yes,
so
she's
you're
in
supposed to go see your mom, right?
No porque estoy aquí trabajando.
¿Cuándo iba a ir a verla?
Yo siempre voy todo mensual, yo siempre voy a Dominicana.
I go to Dominican Republic monthly.
Okay.
Vivimos todos aquí.
We all live here.
Okay. Do you have pictures in your phone from that day? June 29th.
¿No tiene fotos de junio 29?
No, solamente mis fotos normales.
Ay, no veo, porque como está el teléfono para allá, no
okay,
alcanzo a verlas.
Solo mis fotos normales. Mire.
¿Y cuál es junio 29?
It was purchased on July 1st. The flight.
El vuelo fue comprado en julio 1.
Fort Lauderdale, Santo Domingo.
De Fort Lauderdale a Santo Domingo.
What money did you use for this flight?
¿Qué dinero utilizó usted
No,
para
es
pagar
lo que
eso?
yo le digo, que yo compro mis vuelos, o sea, yo hago mis vuelos, yo viajo cada mes, siempre, pero yo compro mis vuelos, como yo le digo a ellos.
But look, there's other 2 passengers.
JetBlue,
No.
Fort Lauderdale to Santo Domingo, July 20th, and then August 5th you come back here. The credit card number ending in that credit card, MasterCard ending in was your customer's credit card.
Esa es la tarjeta de su cliente. I keep pushing the issue, like how did this card was used to pay for that ticket? She said that's exactly what she would like to know. So she's saying she has no idea how that happened.
You don't know how you did it.
No.
Eso es lo que no entiendo.
¿Quién compró el pasaje? Who purchased the ticket?
Mis pasajes los compro yo.
So I asked her, like, who completed the transaction? I'm not asking her about the card. I just want to know who put the information, the name, the date of birth, and all that. And she says, I don't know. And I said, well, after that was completed, you took pictures with your phone.
Sí.
So she says that she doesn't understand how that credit card information got there.
Okay.
She says when those people came, I didn't take their card. They pay in here, and I say, how many people were on the table? She doesn't remember.
Okay. All right, tell her that this is her last chance to tell the truth.
Esta es su última oportunidad de decirnos la verdad, ser honesta y decirnos exactamente qué fue lo
You
que
either
pasó.
want to tell me the truth or not, but I know what happened.
Si usted nos quiere decir la verdad, para usted quedar mejor, pero nosotros ya sabemos lo que sucedió. El delantal.
Turn around.
¿Por qué me llevan?
Turn around.
Pero no pueden hablar.
No,
Turn
señora,
around.
dése la vuelta, ponga las manos atrás.
You have your radio on?
My radio is attached.
My phone.
Lleva su teléfono y salga por ahí.
Ella dice que me va a llevar. No sé.
This case began after a customer discovered unauthorized purchases on a shared credit card. Instead of immediately assuming fraud, the family carefully compared every transaction, separating legitimate purchases from suspicious ones. That slow, methodical review became the first turning point. Rather than relying on assumptions, they narrowed the list until only the transactions nobody recognized remained. From there, electronic records, booking information, and social media connections started creating a timeline that investigators could independently verify. The investigation became much stronger when officers interviewed the victim under oath and walked through every detail one step at a time. The flight reservation, the manually entered card information, and the disputed purchases weren't treated as isolated events. Together, they formed a pattern. That's how financial crimes are often investigated. One piece of evidence may raise suspicion, but several independent pieces pointing in the same direction can establish probable cause. The second turning point came when detectives questioned the restaurant employee connected to the investigation. Instead of accusing her immediately, they gave her repeated opportunities to explain how the customer's payment information could have been used. That's an important part of the process. Investigators aren't simply looking for a confession. They're comparing a person's answers with evidence they already possess. Every response either fits the timeline or creates another inconsistency. The irony is that denying knowledge may have felt like the safest strategy, but legally it couldn't erase digital evidence. A manually entered payment doesn't happen by accident. Airline reservations leave records. Travel dates, passenger information, payment methods, and electronic booking details all create a paper trail. The more the investigation focused on those objective facts, the less it depended on anyone's memory. Notice how the escalation never came from emotion. It followed a predictable sequence. A customer reported suspicious charges. Financial records identified questionable transactions. Detectives documented the victim's statement, confirmed supporting evidence, interviewed the person connected to the purchases, advised her of her rights before custodial questioning, and gave her multiple chances to provide an explanation. When those explanations failed to account for the evidence, the investigation reached the point where criminal charges became the logical next step. This is why officers are legally permitted to ask detailed questions and, once sufficient evidence exists, make an arrest. Their decisions aren't based on who seems believable in the moment. They're based on whether the available facts establish probable cause that a crime occurred. The lesson from this case extends far beyond one investigation. Financial crimes often leave digital footprints that are remarkably difficult to erase. Once those records begin lining up, every decision afterward matters. Cooperation doesn't guarantee a favorable outcome, but inconsistent explanations almost always make an already serious situation even harder to defend. Drop your perspective in the comments below. If you enjoy real police body cam footage and the stories behind the evidence, subscribe to True Law and Crime. Turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next body cam video.